I lost the job that I loved. I lost my driver's license, my car, my ability to read, my hobby. And I had very fortunate in life. I had several good jobs, very good jobs, but I was always in charge. And when you wake up blind, you suddenly are in charge of nothing. I was sitting in a cafe one morning, alone, and a gentleman slid into the booth, and his exact words were, "Why ain't you got a dog?" And I said, "I have a hard enough time walking with a cane. Dog dragging me around ain't gonna help." And he says, "No, I'm talking about a real dog, a dog that can change your life." In 10 weeks from the time that that man sat and said, "Why ain't you got a dog?" it just happened to be July the 4th, 1:10 in the afternoon, my Independence Day.
Independence. People with eyesight take it for granted. But for people who are blind, independence can be difficult to achieve. Leader dogs are a pathway to that independence, a pathway that leads to more places than they could have dreamed.
Suddenly it gave me the confidence to do what I could do, to really come out of my shell and start to see that I had value, and I could go to school, and I could go to work, and I could have a family, and I could raise children.
We were founded by the Lions in 1939, and they are still one of our supporters today, especially when it comes to identifying people in need of our services. Headquartered in Rochester, Michigan, Leader Dogs for the Blind train specially selected, specially bred dogs for a life of service. The staff, along with a dedicated corps of volunteers, carry with them two important goals: providing an extraordinary service to people without sight and caring for these amazing, loving animals. The puppies are born of specially selected parents with the traits necessary for a life of service. They are raised and nurtured in loving foster homes until they are at least a year old.
Even though it feels like your own baby, I keep telling people it's not my dog, and I'm not giving it away, I'm giving it back.
The next step is learning how to be a leader dog, a methodical 4-month process that takes patience and determination for the dog as well as the instructor. Once the dog has completed its initial training, it's time for them to meet their new partners, who are taking a leap of faith that a dog can change their lives.
I arrived here at the age of 32. I'd given up all my hopes and dreams. I was underaccomplished. I had lost my self-esteem. I'd lost everything because I was blind. And I thought that's how it was when you're blind.
But it doesn't have to be, and Leader Dog proves it time and time again. When recipients meet their dogs for the first time, hope returns to their lives.
Yeah, things happen here. Magic occurs here. You have to move into that dormitory, and you have to move in with a class, and you have to live with that class and watch those people grow up. Watch those lives change. Watch those people who came in the door one way leave totally different.
The dogs then live in our residence hall with the recipient for the next 26 days of training and instruction.
In 26 days, they taught me how to stand up straight, walk with my eyes open, smile, get back in life, challenge life, don't accept anything for good enough, start searching for what I wanted in life, and that probably was my biggest surprise.
During the instruction period, the bond deepens between the recipient and their leader dog until they become an inseparable team. And when they are ready to leave, their lives will be changed forever.
The first day I walked my dog alone, the trainer was next to me, and I cried like a baby. And he asked me if I was all right, and I said yes, but it was the first time I had ever walked independently since I had lost my sight.
The relationship with the client doesn't stop with one dog, however, as Leader Dogs for the Blind understands that there will come a day when the dog will no longer be able to perform his job.
When I retired Zach, Zach's last official act was to take me to the door of the plane and go get Ace. And then my wife took him home. He lived with us for another 3.5 years.
My first guide dog, he and I rebuilt my life together, and so step by step, life became a new challenge. Cody, my second, had to step into where Monty left off, and Al Tucker's had to step into where those two have left off. And so each dog has to go through a greater challenge. And it's really nice to see that each time I come back, the school keeps stepping up to the next level, and I walk out of here a happy camper.
Leader Dog provides other services for the visually impaired. Our AMP classes, or Accelerated Mobility Program, helps those people who may not be fully practiced in white cane travel to bring their independent travel skills up to the level necessary to receive and be successful with a leader dog. We also provide trained dogs for individuals who are deaf and blind. Our Graduate Services Department is always there for our graduates if they need questions answered or other assistance. We provide instruction on the use of Trekker units, an audible GPS and mapping system, allowing individuals who are blind or visually impaired to travel to other cities with confidence, with or without a leader dog. Leader Dogs for the Blind is a comprehensive, constant service to others that requires ongoing assistance from volunteers and donors for its success.
Over the years, Leader Dog has proven its ability to take money and wisely use it for the visually impaired and for the blind. Leader Dog has been able to still give dogs away free. Now, not just the dog. The air transportation is free. The room and board for 26 days is free. The dog's leash is free. Even the brush to clean him with is free.
Offering services free of charge to recipients means no one person is more important than another. It doesn't matter how much money you have or how well dressed you are. What matters is the desire for independence.
And what I see walk out the door is someone whose life is no longer constricted, no longer restricted. They're no longer afraid, and they're willing to take on the world.
I'm so happy with the way things are going in my life, and that's the dog does that. Leader Dogs have done that.
You don't feel as vulnerable, you don't feel as alone.
These dogs do change lives. My life is more exciting than it was before, and definitely, because of Mikey, much more rewarding.
He's more than a friend, more than family. He's just part of me, and I don't know, it's hard to explain. But if you do believe in angels, they do exist because they're in the shape of guide dogs.
Please consider a generous gift to Leader Dogs for the Blind. We've provided quality service to people who are blind and visually impaired since 1939. For more information on how you can help, call 888-777-5332 or go online to www.leaderdog.org.